Silent still basically playing in place of Nitro, who was away, and it's Dicey playing Sage, which is, you know, Dicey doesn't play Sage. So that's a write-off immediately. So that would be why they lose by, and I think this is going to be a different version. I'm not going to read too hard into that buy and loss, even though it does kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Walk down coming through from NRG. Steel, is he ready?
Yep. Finds one. Not gonna be able to get a second, but help is here. Ethan, patient, not quite enough, but it doesn't make a difference because Steel has found 3, picks up a sheriff, but EU will punish. And so we'll stay with a small advantage for 100 Thieves in this offense in a 3v2.
Steel maybe getting a little bit greedy there. Sees a free gun into the ground, likes to lap that one up, and is going to give NRG maybe some utility to win, especially with Depths. Long range headshot onto Nitro. No more healing. Plant's going to come in, but there's enough time for the rest of NRG to regroup. EU's on the way here. Half HP for Sooner as well, and he's making a long rotation back to short. There's a small timing window. Maybe an isolation kill. I don't think NRG realize it. Now 100 Thieves are back together.
Yeah, I don't think they fully expected Asuna to give up the showers play to come back towards middle, but as soon as he throws out these paint shells, that will be information gained. I'll drone out. Tag will be there, but EU able to find the kill just down to Hiko. He's been so good with these shot darts. Can he be so once more? Tries to take the long peek, but he gets tagged up heavily. Doesn't even matter. Hiko, 1v1. Bang! Bang! Hiko for 2!
That's what you get. That's what you get. Hiko, the biggest beta that I've ever seen. I'm joking, but he gets the kills. The rest of the team dies and he cleans up. That was a joke, guys. Don't get angry, please. Hiko clutches through massively. 5 HP. That was going to be a situation. That was going to be a situation where I was looking at Steel like, yo, you died over towards B ramp unnecessarily. You gave EU the opportunity to rotate back and rejoin Daps. If you killed EU, this would have been an easy, like, what, 1v3, 1v4 situation. Daps comes up huge with a long-range kill versus Nitro. Comes down to a very close 2v2 and could have gone either way. But it goes the way he go. Dart gonna come through, kicking over towards Showers. Steel's gonna bypass that one for now.
Unbelievable. You just never rule him out, can you? Big advantage now for 100 Thieves, saving the pistol. NRG stacked onto A with 4 defensive members, and they want to try to push through this dark cover. It's going to be Ethan who's nearby, but he does not have a weapon out, caught with the dark cover. Sam able to find first blood. Trapwire also dealt with, and they're going to get information that, hey, the spike's actually down here as well.
100 T have a gun advantage, though. They have dropped 1 weapon, courtesy of Ethan. There's a smoke there that they can play with as well. This is going to come down to 100 Thieves having to clear very close boombots available. That's actually massive for a super boombot. Yeah, they can use that to now their way into market. Free spike. He just yoinks it. He's like, that's for free. I'm just going to walk away with it. NRG cannot respond. Still a 5v4, though. Steel with the potential timing. Gets a bit of a headshot. Can't complete the kill. And has to now just try not to die.
Here.
Oh. Dicey engagement so far. Time becoming an issue. 30 seconds to play. Everything will have to go through Shanks, who's down to 22 HP. He does hear the footsteps. Can he go 1 kill here? Yeah, sure, why not? That's also the spike down. Wait, the barrier orb is also in play. If he can hold his life a little bit longer, maybe there's an opportunity to kill the clock off. Sam is also essentially in this play, if not just barely. Tries to spam to the dark cover, gets a bit of damage, but the spike does get planted. Unbelievable. 3v4 situation, still not done yet. Shrouded step for Sam as he gets on top of the play, and now it's just down to Nitro to try to hold on to this. Knows that he's got some wall to work with. Timing of the peak not favorable. And now it's up to Steel. 1 HP. They're looking. They're trying to find him. Steel finds 1 kill. Tries to spam. The defuse is in play. Gonna stay alive. Shrugs them off, but Sam finds the kill.
And a free Vandal pickup as well. What a close round. Oh my goodness. That's a dangerous thrifty round. And it starts by dropping Ethan in market. They slow down 100 Thieves. They drop a gun, and the best gun that they were hoping for was the one that Som picks up at the end of the day. He nearly killed the planter. He nearly got it. Through the smoke, just barely misses. TP's over on top of the boxes, close by, tucked in. Has a smoke coming up in 5 seconds. Smoke ends up being absolutely clutch because Steel is trying to make the flank happen, and he can't connect the shots. He doesn't know where to shoot. And what an insane thrifty win from NRG that completely slows down and kind of ruins the economy momentum of 100 Thieves.
Your heart's not racing watching this series. I have to question if you're even alive at this point. Goodness gracious. 100 Thieves now trying to make an execute, potentially come early through both hookah and B long. The defense for NRG is solely playing inside elbow, but quick on the rotation will be Shanks. Just comes down to will he be here in time to maybe even contest the initial plant is the question. Well, 100 Thieves have not committed to this play yet, even though they've thrown out a lot of utility that would make you think otherwise. And, well, it seems like otherwise is also being thought by NRG as Shanks is potentially considering, do I need to rotate back over to A?
No, they're committing to this one for sure. They see the paranoia as well. That's usually a bit of a telltale sign. Hunter's Fury available, 100 Thieves sooner down. Here comes Hunter's Fury trying to clear out the angles, and they will get Android down. 4 versus 4 now. Plants coming in. Ethan should be able to get this one pretty safely. Nitro coming through from the side as well, having control. A little bit of control over towards elbow. Finds a gun into the ground. 100 Thieves now feeling much better about their opportunity.
NRG are going to have to retake this by moving through elbow. 3 players currently there. Daps waiting for an opportunity to peek from the main defensive door. And here comes his move. Paranoia comes out. Will there be any kills for it? No. 100 Thieves are going to find one, but Shanks finds his way on for 2. If even exchange, pinstripe kill feed 2v2 situation. Paint shells going to deal some damage to Hiko, but he still finds the kill. Has he killed off enough time? They know where Steel is. Deals with a recon bolt. Tries to spam. Wait a second. EU finds the kill. Does he have time to secure the back end of the plan? Of course he does. And EU saves the round for NRG.
I didn't see that kill, but I guarantee you was sick. I guarantee you EU did an incredible play there in terms of the headshot he found. Just seeing it from Steel's POV, like Steel's thinking, I can just spam through here. I should be able to land a few shots. Let's take a look at how that round broke down. Again, this massive jump in from Shanks. No one spots him, gets 2 kills. This is the start, I think, for NRG to really start to seal the deal. And just look at that from the EU. Straight away, reads the fact that Steel could be on top of the box, gets the kill, half defuse already, confirms the round, and now 100 Thieves are definitely going to save. Steel had a hero rifle that round, it's gone.
Every round feels like that last round of overtime. I'm not even going to lie to you here, Afro. I mean,
we haven't. We're just continuing the overtime from the last time, really.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Initial engagement for Shower, technically won by NRG, not just because of the positioning, but they've also tagged Asuda down to about half health.
Not expecting a lot from 100 Thieves with this particular round. Should be 3-1. Outside of any particular massive plays 100 Thieves could do, they would have to find some timings here. NRG would have to make some big mistakes. 100 Thieves, I mean, if they can sort of have a situation where, you know, they sort of bait NRG to heavily stack over towards A, which they are now, then slowly rotate to B, find EU by himself, and potentially get that kill plus a gun, that would be a way for 100 Thieves to win. But otherwise, if they just run into NRG like this, NRG should be able to clean up.
Lots of information off the spy cam. Shanks good for 2. Android more beyond that. Paint shells even going to push Nitro back a touch. Easy eliminations, flawless round for NRG.
Here we go, mopping up on aisle 3 over here. 3 being the number of rounds that NRG have so far, including the 4 ultimates online. 1 out of 7 for Daps as well. They basically have the full stack here. Don't mind the light armor there for Daps. That'll be upgraded in a hot minute. Plenty of money to play through as well. 100 Thieves, it's gonna... I'm looking back over towards our early stages of Haven. And it was a 2-2. In fact, it became a 3-2. 100 Thieves got 3-2 before it got out of hand, and then NRG got 5 in a row. This is going to be NRG looking for an early 3 in a row. Now, this is going to be where 100 Thieves got to win. If they lose this round, and we have 4 in a row for NRG, they're going to go 5 in a row.
Yeah, and just to kind of speak on it, I mean, again, take from what you will, statistically, with both of these rosters essentially different in some form, this is technically the best half for both of these teams. NRG finding more favor defensively, whereas 100 Thieves have found more historical data in their favor on the offense. So, again, we should expect to see a pretty tight affair. But like you mentioned, this has to be a must-win round, you think, like for 100 Thieves, if you want to try to keep this early part of the half close.
Yeah, it's just about the momentum here. I think 100 Thieves need to build up a bit of a bank. They're obviously on a full loss bonus here. So, I mean, losing would at least mean they get the extra 2,900. Here comes a Sooner, though. Right up in showers, gets the first kill, connects onto the second as well, and that's going to open up 100 Thieves to collect this round, potentially 3 versus 5. Now, ultimate's available for NRG, but they would have to start thinking about using these. Android's down, so you can count out that runner back now. This round is going 100 Thieves 100%.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. I mean, initially for NRG, the delayed peek through shower, I think maybe raises a couple of question marks, but then beyond that, just the beautiful read, pushing Android back off the paint shells. Couple of trailing tap shots through the cyber cage, good for the kill. And like you mentioned, this would be a very difficult round. I think you would feel that NRG could even potentially even get a retake on the cards. And EU will
the guns.
sneak in towards lamps, at least initially, but he decides to fade back, and like you just mentioned, keep the weapons. No need to risk it.
They need either Run It Back or Showstopper. Without one or both of those ultimates, it's not really possible. If they have Showstopper or Run It Back, they can have an entry play. Showstopper clears the entire site. Anyone that challenges will trade for 1-for-1, and that's pretty good for NRG in terms of just opening up the site and allowing the rest of these players, including Daps and EU, to get on. Same story with Android. In fact, it's even better with the Run It Back because Android could die and he still comes back to life. But without either of those ultimates, if it's just EU and Daps, it's not possible. So they are going to save the weapons. They still have 5 ultimates to play through. Their economy should be good enough to buy again into another impressive round. But this is massive from Asuna. Headshot. Second headshot. Not quite a spray transfer. Swings. That next kill that we don't see in the replay, but getting the kill into Android, I think is the pivotal kill that actually wins the round.
And this is one of those things you can kind of feel with NRG sending 4 defensive members over towards A. You feel a little bit antsy of, okay, there has not been a hit yet. There's been no utility yet. Are they actually here? And so you do try to set up that double peek to shower. Maybe you go 1-for-1 at worst, but you were able to stabilize and kind of confirm where you need to put your defensive members. But the fact that they don't get that trade is so devastating. Tac pause coming in now for NRG. A lot of tools on the table. A big gun round for both of these squads overall.
And I think this is where NRG need to talk about, okay, how do we use this ult economy? Here's something that people need to understand as well. Sitting on 5 ults, not good. The only time I think sitting on 5 ults might be acceptable is if you're so far ahead and you don't even need the ults to win. It'd be a waste to use them. That's when sitting on 5 ults might be considered okay. But sitting on 5 ults here means you're not really using your full utility. This would be like if you're going into these rounds and you're just not smoking, you're not flashing, you're not using full utility. Consider these ultimates like extra utility. And if you're not using the extra utility, what are you saving this for? Because it's a full gun round. The only extra advantage you can find on a full gun round when everyone buys up is in the ultimates, and NRG have 3 extra ultimates than 100 Thieves. They have to start burning some of these.
Well, it's framed up for us. Oh, early bit of information here. And, Asuna has to go to a panic showstopper, and Sam makes good on the play. What a freeing moment that is. Daps able to find the information. Sam gets enabled to be the catalyst, and that's a brilliant first blood, plus the showstopper also taken off the table.
Yeah, they don't have to use anything just yet, so they can hold these ultimates now for a potential retake, and that's if they allow 100 Thieves to get on site. They still have a decent amount of members here. I think Shanks is in a great position, actually. He's got full showers control. No one's challenged him just yet. He can use that as a retake. Currently, 100 Thieves can only play through a shot, which is not great for them. Also, a trap wire, I believe that's from Steel. Here comes the teleport from Ethan as well. Does he commit? Not quite, but he checks no one's there.
Shanks' position has been revealed. Defensive Hunter's Fury out for EU. The spike still planted behind the barrier orb. Damage coming through from a multitude of different angles. 100 Thieves down to 3 players. Android clears lamps with the Run It Back, and it's just down to Hiko. Would be probably the most incredible 1v5 we've ever seen, but not going to happen here. So the Run It Back comes out, the Hunter's Fury comes out, and NRG win a flawless defense.
I'm pretty happy with that. I think those are 2 good ultimates burn to sort of get their way through. I mean, it's a little bit harder to find massive value out of from the Shadows or Neural Theft. Showstopper was the other option here, but I think burning one of Showstopper or Run It Back is good. Not both in this case. Right, burning both would kind of affect their next retake a little bit negatively. So having the extra Showstopper for a potential further retake in the future is going to be pretty good. Now they're sitting at a scoreline of 4-2. Having a flawless also means the extra bank up. They can afford to, have a future round loss here. That's not going to really seriously impact them. Shanks could potentially go to an operator if EU decides to drop, but they're not playing a jet. So I think for both sides, both teams are just going to forgo the operators for most of this map.
Well, Resurrection is on the table this time for 100 Thieves. Full gun round for both of our squads. Still an ultimate advantage when it comes down to what NRG can potentially be using. Spike will still be left over towards mid-market, so this will be 100 Thieves is searching for information, and boy, are they about to get it. 3 members across from B. Long, EU with 2 kills, and NRG's defense in a very comfortable position early.
They have to play for the res here 100%, so 100 Thieves will now be rotating off of A. They have to clear a bunch of angles. The fear for 100 Thieves here is that somebody from NRG has lurked further down, so Ethan has to clear all these angles slowly. Have to make sure that they can get a safe plant. They might even have to burn a smoke over towards B long as well. They have about 50-ish, slightly under in a minute. And the drone as well should be able to spot somebody. It barely sees a shoulder out from Nitro, but I think it's very obvious. I think NRG should know that the res should be burned here.
Will not kill my allies.
Hiko brought back to battle. 36 seconds to play in a 4v5 for 100 Thieves offense. Will commit, at least for now, towards B. Opportunity for maybe a teleporter play if they get cold feet. But the time would be a bit of an issue. Asuna will stall just a little while longer while he grabs himself an ultimate orb, curveball, paint shells as well coming through, making life extra difficult for 100 Thieves. Android down low, he's good for one. Shanks responds to Asuna, who was blast packing into his face. And now it's up to Hiko again. 1v4, now made a bit easier, but the spike is not in hand. There will not likely be enough time for him to confirm all these kills. And NRG will be up 5-2 here early on Bind.
Yeah, here we go. This is where NRG is starting to find their groove, similar to what we saw onto Haven, mind you. I mean, if I go back to Haven again, we have, what, 3-2 early in the first 5 rounds. A few more rounds after that, it became a 4-3. So this is already better than a 4-3. We got a 5-2. Another broken buy from 100 Thieves, which means likely we're going to 6-2. As long as NRG don't drop to a thrifty coming through from 100 Thieves, it's fine for NRG. They've got a lot of money to play with. They're starting to rotate through some more ultimates here as well. Again, using and saving the showstopper for a retake was huge there. Definitely awarded them with some extra pressure. This is a particular round where they don't have any ultimates, but they can farm. This is going to be a good farming round for NRG because they're low on ults. The 100 Thieves are probably not going to win, so all these kills will now get the next round of rotations in terms of ultimates for the further gun round after this.
A lot of utility being exchanged, but Hiko's going to use his to go to 100's Fury. Can he confirm? Sure, why not? How about a second? Hiko for 2 off the 100's Fury. Dap's trying to hold on. Throws out the Neural Theft. This is 100 Thieves in a very disadvantageous position off the weapons alone, but they've made things interesting. Still onto the site is Asuna. He'll fall, but Hiko turns to more traditional weaponry. Finds a headshot. We've got a 3v2 in favor of 100T, who have gotten onto the site for a plant, but Nitro reads the teleporter, and Daps will shrug him off, but immediately wrapping back to what will be a wide open A site for 100 Thieves.
Oh, Daps has a 1v1 now. Hiko's here. They got a battle. Hiko wins it for 4 kills and a headshot with the Sheriff as well. This is a Hiko round for sure. EU might die here as well. Ethan will take it down, and I said this already, Shift. I said this. NRG just have to make sure they don't lose to a 100 Thieves thrifty, and they should be fine for a 6-2 holding on to momentum, and they lose to the 100 Thieves thrifty off the back of Hiko. You're asking, where does 100's Fury come from? He got rezzed in the previous round. He got rezzed at 5 out of 7. Hiko then gets a couple of kills, I believe, which gets him onto the ult. So if he didn't get rezzed in the previous round, I don't think he has enough ult orb, but he doesn't have enough ult charge to actually get that 100's Fury. You don't have those opening 2 picks, so a lot of what we saw in previous rounds have compounded into this result here, and a stunning round win for 100 Thieves in a moment where they really needed it, otherwise they'd be very far behind.
Boomba clearing space. Asuna just spamming through the cyber cage. Finds first blood onto Sam. I mean, 100 Thieves just... You feel like you're in a position where if you're a neutral fan, you're probably sitting there saying, oh, there's no way. And then moments like that happen. Nitro feeling a lot of pressure. Actually uses a barrier orb to keep him safe, and boy, did it. There was a paint shells and a hot hands that was denied by the barrier orb, and he gets out with full HP. That's hashtag worth it.
Well, good news for NRG is now 100 Thieves can't use the barrier orb to actually get a free plant in. Dap should get a 1-for-1 kill. He'll probably die afterwards, but the first kill's for free. The second one's going to cost extra, and he's not going to get it. Nitro gets the cleanup here. Showstopper coming on through from the side of Asuna. Is it going to hit? Might not matter. Android's getting more than a bit of value off this runner back, but he'll go down. And EU, no HP, no chance. Steal, 3 kills, and 100 Thieves now up 4.
Oh my goodness. What does this do to the economy? At a certain point, you have to feel like NRG are going to start being put into a pretty trepidatious position. And yeah, it looks like there will be one more purchase. Yep. It just depends on how this next round goes. Can 100 Thieves flip the script on the economy, which has been so far just dominated by NRG?
And here we go. I think Shanks moving towards the operator is probably correct here as well, because, you know, in terms of lining up the playstyles, 100 Thieves have been mostly a slower team. They're a mid-round team. In fact, I think they're quite a late-round team, which means Shanks could potentially pick them apart with an operator. Going to be challenging Showers early. Won't get any value there because no one's actually going to be taking Showers control. A little bit confused by the smoke coming through because that actually stops Shanks from checking the angle. Now Shanks is rotate over to B and he'll be late.
Well, also just going to make a bunch of noise, but there is no full commitment to using this hookah position, at least not as of yet. The spike is still lingering just outside A mid, and well, the Shanks rotation pays off. finds a first blood. NRG will actually confirm a headshot onto Steel as well. So now if you're 100 Thieves, you're just looking at this play through A main as far as being your only barrier of success. Daps will read it with the spy cam, but also gets pushed back. Sam makes use of a trap wire for an elimination, and NRG's defense in a very solid spot. Nitro's gonna try to stick for a plant, but as soon as the cyber cage fails, Daps able to find the kill, and it comes down to a 2v4.
Okay, is this still doable, Mike TP? Yes, he will TP, but yeah, Steel came back though. Steel's gonna have to really try and lurk here. That's one really decent kill. He needs to try and get a TP, gets a third onto Android, and now Neural Theft into the teleporter. Pretty decent, trying to bait someone to follow him. Neural Theft is going to allow Hiko to find locations, get the free plant. TP over means they should have Hookah control plus Lom. NRG doubled entry through from CT. 2 versus 2. Low HP on Steel. Remember, 30 HP. He's one shot away. Steel needs to play this one very carefully.
Reveals his position. Player nearby gets caught. Just down to Hiko, but said that a couple of times before. There's the first. Knows the second contestant's nearby. Throws a shoulder. Tries to take the fight. Gets him caught mid-reload. And Hiko does it again.
How many times is Hiko gonna get away? He is so good in these clutch situations. 12 and 7. Hunter's very available as well, just in case things got even, tougher. If there was going to be a defuse there at all. I mean, this was huge from Daps early on. Daps pretty much saves NRG. It looked like it was going to be NRG. Remember, that's a 4v2. Also, credit to Steel. Steel takes a headshot early on. This is Arthur Asuna dies to a shot coming through from Shanks via the operator. And after that, Steel gets 2 kills, Neural Thefts, and then TPs into Hookah. If it wasn't for that, I don't think Hiko gets the opportunity to win that last clutch. So a combination effort between Steel and Hiko, and then obviously Hiko to keep the lid on, cherry on top of that cake, and now 100 Thieves back up to 5 and 5.
I mean, at a certain point, I think we needed to ask production just to put in how many solo rounds has Hiko won for 100 Thieves? Because out of the 5 successful rounds, it feels like at least 3 of them have been, but NRG, not phased, find the opening 3 eliminations, keeping B-Long safe, and that's the spike carrier taken down.
And more importantly, Hiko does die, but Steel is in play still. Steel will have to go pretty large here. Not a lot of HP. Suna's still there. Suna can definitely bait Steel in this next play. I mean, they have to recover Spike, though. They don't have the ultimates. They lost Hiko, which means no Hunter's Fury. And Hiko's been probably the biggest issue for NRG to deal with so far. Waiting for the smoke to fade. Trap comes down as well. I don't know if that's going to reveal too much. Camera doesn't see anything. Just checking no one's inside. Steel, again, Steel has to bait. This needs to be huge from Asuna.
Curveball comes out. They try to make the play, but it's the shells that actually confirms the kill. So now you're down to a 2v2. How have they been allowed to do this? This is what, a 2v5 situation? And now 100 Thieves have the B site. Hunter's Fury coming out. That will take care of Steel. Paranoia was though also spent. Asuna trying to hold on, but EU from across the map. Oh, it's a costly round, but NRG still find themselves on 6.
Another excellent round from Steel overall. Despite losing that one, I mean, he makes it slightly more winnable. He got a double kill. I don't even see where on the map, but he gets a double kill from a lurk, I believe. Assisting Asuna, baiting with his low HP, and it happens to be EU with the Hunter's Fury, connecting all 3 shots. Required to get both the last kills. Otherwise, I think Sam's probably in a little bit of trouble there. Yes, the Paranoia did come on through. He doesn't quite swing on it. Lies on the Hunter's Fury ultimate from his teammate, and NRG, I think, kind of wiping sweat off the brow for that particular round, because like you said, it was a very strong start from NRG, and they still end up bringing it back down to a 2v2 that was still losable, to be fair.
Final round of the half. First point of contact just through Hookah. EU able to win it. Take it down to a single bullet worth of health, but still it's a 5v4. But Hiko, does he find information off this Aldrin? He has a Hunter's Fury to spend. Gets the tag, immediately hits the triggers. Can he lock down this player in the back, just over the top? And meanwhile, Sam has found 1 kill. Resurrection in play. Sam, do you have the spam? No, he does not. So the Resurrection comes through marginally successfully. A lot of AoE coming into play. Asuna fortunate to be alive, if not just barely. Sam also considering, can he check things out? He actually is going to go back to safety to make sure that NRG can sustain this 5v3 defensively.
Nitro, the heal as well, puts Asuna back onto full HP, so it's going to be a res into a heal. Barely healthy enough. It's going to come down to a Hiko clutch. This is the only way they win this. It's got to be Nitro and Asuna setting up Hiko for success here. Recon's going to come on through. Not a bait. This is going to be the real real play, and with Hiko down, this might be it.
30 seconds left.
Spike will be planted behind the barrier orb. Neural theft was spent. Also, the paranoia just came out. So NRG have the numbers, but there's no one playing behind this. It just comes down to, can Austin actually find a handful of kills here? Decent shots coming through, plus the shock dart, really nowhere for him to go. Nitro, how good could you be? Not enough ammunition. There's just too many members running at him. So, my goodness, I think in a lot of ways this could have been a much more lopsided half, but NRG, I'm sure, feel a bit fortunate to exit 7-5. We'll throw things to our halftime break, give you the recap, and come back as we swap the sides. Well, we may not be at 32 rounds quite yet, but that is not keeping our teams from putting out a show. Avril, first reactions to the first half.
Actually, very close. You would have thought, looking at the initial, 7 rounds here, you got a 5-2 scored line, you were thinking, okay, pretty good for NRG. Can they, snowball this into a further lead, maybe do another 8-4 start, which would be pretty good. Ends up 5-7, which is much closer than NRG would have liked to have finished it. Massive rounds from Hiko. Super impressed by both Hiko and also Steel this particular half. I mean, in that first half, how many rounds did it look like NRG were just going to take it quite easily? If it wasn't for heroics from Hiko and additionally supplied by Steel as well, I mean, those extra rounds coming through to allow the 5-7 to happen, that's where it comes from.
Well, that was both of our team's stronger sides in that first half. NRG for their defense, 100 Thieves for their offense, but again, the statistics might not matter too much. Troubling position there for Steel. Beautiful hot hands. Not able to use the cyber cage to get out, so a first blood for NRG here in the pistol, which will likely lead to an execute to be, and it does. But Nitro up top, deals with the spike carrier, stays alive, gets the reload off, but not going to find anything beyond it. Daps also tagged down low, but is able to survive for now. Ethan takes the position of his former squad mate. Right click's not going to be there, and now we've got a 4v2 post plan in favor of NRG.
Ethan would need to win that 1v1 to allow a 3v3 retake to happen. Because he doesn't win that, they don't have any control over into Hookah. No control into Hookah means for 100 Thieves, this will be a very difficult retake. Even with Hiko alive on full HP now, Suna has only 48 to play with, would have to win this 1v1. Does versus EU, can he clear the rest of Long? No, Sam will get it, and now Hiko by himself, 1 versus 3, not going to happen, and NRG with another pistol. I say another pistol, 100 Thieves actually won the first pistol. NRG get a pistol, which means they will go up 8-5.
No more pistol magic there for Hiko, although he had an opportunity, didn't he? All the last 3 players were pretty low, but not going to come through. So no forced purchase here for 100 Thieves. Still feeling okay about the stat line, even though they do find themselves down 3 rounds. And again, expectations would be that they would find themselves down 4 here with NRG coming into SMGs. And beyond that, actually EU with a Phantom.
I think this would have to be another 9-4 situation. I think it was 9-4. 100 Thieves might be feeling pressured to go towards the force. 8-5 is still a close enough scoreline that allowing NRG to go 9 here isn't the worst thing in the world. I think EU and the rest of NRG will be pretty well scaled to go into the next round, though. I believe DAF should be going towards a rifle. They should have at least 2 rifles, assuming they don't lose so many players going through this particular round. But, you know, we've seen 100 Thieves win Thrifties before. Early damage on a Hiko, and he's down.
And Shanks will now be responsible for this teleporter play, which sees all of 100 Thieves here. Here comes the swing. Shanks good for 1. Lots of damage into a second paint shells just to keep him safe. Help has also arrived in the form of EU. And NRG have only dropped 1 in this exchange. Spike has been planted. Nitro by himself. Gonna get overwhelmed. NRG, as expected, put themselves up 9-5.
So Daps had 2k in the bank. He'll have about 5k-ish total now, plus any extras. I don't remember if he got a kill or not. Dropped the Frenzy, pretty inconsequential. 2 rifles there as expected. EU arriving on 1 from the previous round. Everyone else survived, so they don't need to rebuy here. 3 Spectres, 2 Phantoms. Pretty powerful 3rd round bonus coming through from NRG, and still with extra in the bank if they do lose this round to play further with. I wonder if they're going to speed up here. 100 Thieves have everything as you'd expect. No real timings on ultimate. Android is actually 1 away, so I'd lie. If they can get Android in orb and showers, this could be huge.
You kind of see that 100 Thieves do not want to allow that to happen. They've got 3 defensive members that are playing here. Daps is still considering maybe the possibility of working his way in, but with all these taps back and forth, could be a very unfortunate game of tag. Steel, backed up by a blast pack. He'll be all right. He'll still hold the position if he so chooses. And again, we tilt our attention back over towards this A shower battle, which seems to be ongoing and everlasting.
Respect that 100 Thieves are going for this, by the way. They know that this orb is going to be contested by NRG. They don't actually have any info in short, so they're just hoping that nothing bad is happening short. Hiko's got rough eyes on it. He's just kind of there, isn't able to see too much. Walls down over towards long as well. So for the 2 players, 100 Thieves over towards B, they just need to worry about Hookah for now. Paranoia comes on through, and oh my goodness. Ooh, the smoke is going to be a sooner. So that's going to be now. Run it back off the table.
A lot of commitment for NRG to try to make that play happen. Steel will be taking a pretty hefty amount of damage off of a very good opening paint shell. So Spike is a part of this play. Steel trying to stay alive. Not able to use the cyber cage to take down Shanks. So we go 4v4. 28 seconds to play. Spike is on site. Sam is going to try to hold for this. Does catch a shock dart in the process, but will successfully get the plant off. So 4v4. We go spam shots from Eco? What in the world?
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's good enough now that 100 Thieves should be able to cleanly retake this one. There's 3 over towards long. A little bit more util will lock them out. There's no wall. There's no smoke for another 10. Okay, Shanks are going to make it interesting. The recon could be pretty huge as well. They haven't quite deleted the recon yet. Time is going to maybe be an issue here.
EU's going to be good for 1 and a second, not a third. Ethan, 1v1 situation. Doesn't expect the last player is also over towards B long. Zaps kept himself concealed the entire way, and NRG go up 10-5.
Dab shooting the body as well. Not the first time we've seen that so far in this matchup, but they had no util. I was thinking, okay, I mean, they can get this. All they got to do is kind of cage it off, or, you know, rather, I was thinking more towards the smoke from Ethan. You look over at Ethan, it's like still on cold. It's not quite there yet. Nitro doesn't have enough util. And suddenly, what could have been a pretty good retake off the back of Hiko's massive kill through the wall ends up not working out because the util isn't there to clear through into long. And so the 3 long players there from NRG just make it work. They have no hookah control. And it's still good. Spam through the smoke now. It's a little bit of damage. A lot of damage, actually. Look at the health of Ethan.
Yeah. Down to critical HP. Daps trying to deny the ultimate orb being captured, but cannot successfully break the barrier orb, so getting away will be Nitro. And now he's going to have to essentially wait for Ethan to make the rotation over to get him healed up, which he is on the way for. Android moving forward. Here comes the blast pack initiation from Shanks. On the way in. A lot of information on where exactly the Sage is playing, but Steel was never checked, so he finds 1. Is that going to be enough? Daps 1v1, able to take down Nitro. 4v3 we go. And the Spike has made its way, well, not yet. Should be able to make its way onto A, but they're not feeling confident about this yet. Our NRG, and they're actually going to rotate away from this play.
Now, there is a gun on the floor. If NRG rotate away from this one, the gun will be free to pick up. You do see a player still here. Som should have the off angle. Asuna doesn't check it. He's even caught swapping guns. Ethan long range is taken down by EU, and 100 Thieves now no longer have to rotate towards B. They can just keep playing here. They'll get the free plant. Daps will clean up the last kill on minimal HP. They'll collect the extra money from the plant itself. 4 players alive. Pretty comfortable. They don't have to burn the runner back, like I said before. Ideally, they just use one of either showstopper or runner back and not both, and they'll now have the runner back available for this round.
Big opportunity for NRG. Again, their pick was Haven. That went to 32 rounds. Tilted, as you see on the scoreboard there, in favor of 100 Thieves, but this would be a 100 T's pick. And I have to imagine that it comes with maybe a touch of criticism, considering the fact that they are just 2 and 3 in this map overall. But, you know, again, this is a brand new roster, all things considered, and they have hard vetoed out split. So it would be a scent that would be waiting for us if NRG can close this game out. Still some work to do. We know that 100 Thieves have been, I won't say in worse positions, but similar ones, and they've been able to clutch things up. Daps will read information, and that will be enough for him to say, I'm not interested. He'll back away. Ethan able to find one and steal another as they just dart down the long, trying to cut off the rotation as Shanks, but only gets 1 of 2.
Okay, here we go. 100 Thieves. I mean, they even have an extra resurrection if they want to play into it, but I think the 4v2 advantage is enough. 100 Thieves still need to potentially be a bit greedy, hold on to extra util to make this comeback happen. And yeah, it's going to have to be another comeback now as the wall comes down. Well placed, stops anyone from TPing as well. Does get broken down in terms of one segment. Less than 1 minute to play through. Spike has been recovered. Where do NRG go? I don't know they want to necessarily spend this ultimate. They would get far more value out of it on a future round. I think they realize their hopes of winning this round are not that high. If you do spend this ultimate, their hope would have to be that they can bait out like a showstopper response and go for a 1v1 trade in terms of ults. But they are going to go for this play. I think they got the money for it. They certainly have the rounds to burn, Alan. So here we go. NRG walking to B.
Defensively, Ethan playing through the elbow. Hiko over towards the defender spawn. Ethan will get first point of contact. Sees the information, just backs down. Wants to make sure that help can be there. Also still holding onto a paranoia. Will throw that out, but no one can really convert onto this. So the spike will be planted. That's a flash that's down. Teleporter play from Nitro as he makes his way around the back through Hookah. Showstopper does get baited out. That should be confirming for a kill, but Ethan finds that anyways, and Android still walks away with 2. So not bad at all. NRG punished in a major way in what seemed to be an unwinnable situation. They get the spike down, they force out the showstopper and the resurrection beyond that with a couple of kills.
Yeah, I think they need the money here, and this is where, you know, who do they give this charge over? Maybe Hiko takes the defuse, certainly is. Hiko's probably closer than everyone else to the Hunter's Fury. There it is, earns Hunter's Fury off that resurrection as well. But by the way, we've seen, we go back to the first half, by the way, Hiko getting a Hunter's Fury off the back of a res actually won them around the following round. So pretty big play from Nitro, I think, to find the value there. That was a must-win round for 100 Thieves, because if they drop that round, that was going to be their last buy probably for the half, because NRG would be on 12, 100 Thieves would have to force. Kiss buying goodbye, and onto Ascent we go, but still keeping this one competitive for now. Steel, no one can drop him a gun, so I guess he goes Guardian, something like that. No, Phantom. No, he just barely has enough. He'll sell some util and he'll be okay. And 4 ultimates for NRG, 3 for 100 Thieves, but notably Hiko has a 100 Fury, and I think that could make the difference.
We will find out. Ethan will bait the teleporter over towards A long. That will keep Daps at bay for some time. Shanks using a lot of utility trying to clear out Hookah. Also deletes the spy cam. Still contesting will be Steel. And as the cyber cage comes out, he will actually play through this and forward, trying to catch Shanks off guard, but that will not occur. And we've got a very early 5v4 in favor of NRG's attack.
Yeah, Steel was kind of making a bit of a gamble there, hoping that he was going to check right side and no one was going to be on the hard left, and he was going to maybe find a timing. They knew that there was going to be players long, so Steel's maybe looking for a timing down ramp to get a few kills on players that were backing out, but no res as well for 100 Thieves. Again, they used it the last round for tempo, and now they're going to have to really make use of that tempo as the runner back comes in.
Android not likely going to come in at any point of contact with this. Ethan will actually commit to the from the shadows from behind. 1v1 versus Daps. It would be a big one, but he gets worked around the barrier orb. The Hunter's Fury that comes through doesn't even stall the spike plant. NRG looking primed for 12 unless someone can absolutely pop off. Is it time for Asuna? Well, maybe. Finds himself 2. That will allow Hiko to get onto the site. Has to clear out showers. Does he get a timing here onto Android? Wants to try to push. Sees the weapon. Finds the kill. Asuna for 3. 2v2 situation. Now it falls on the shoulders of Asuna. would have to be an ace. Gets information, finds the fourth, knows where the last player is. Paint Shell's trying to push him out, but can he actually find the kill in time? Blast back over. Asuna will use this to get at least to halfway in the defusal. Shanks on the opposite, picture-in-picture. Oh my God! An ace for Asuna. Keeps 100 Thieves not just in the map, but maybe even gives him a bit of favor.
Speaking of favor, Hiko gives over all he can to Asuna and says, it's your turn. Now's the time, Asuna. Now's your time to get this ace, to get the clutch going. And with minimal time remaining, that was so close. Gets the defuse as well. I thought that it was going to come down to Shanks playing the timer, getting it down far enough that there wasn't going to be enough. And there's a tag pause. I bet this is coming from NRG. It's got to be an NRG tag pause because that was disgusting for 100 Thieves. NRG were on their way to 12 rounds. We've actually confirmed it's 100 Thieves, and I guess 100 Thieves need a little bit of time to think about and digest what just happened there for themselves as well. They get themselves an ace. They need to figure out how to get more rounds in, 4 more rounds specifically to get to 11, and then on their way to 12, maybe 13. At that point, look, if 100 Thieves make their way to 10 and 11, I think this could go to another overtime. And I don't know if I'm ready for back-to-back OTs, but this has been an incredible series so far. Did not expect Asuna to come out that big. 5 kills, an ace when 100 Thieves needed it the most.
Unbelievable. There's just no world that 100 Thieves looks at a situation and says that this isn't winnable. I mean, they had a 2v5 earlier that almost came through. Asuna essentially is forced to find the ace, and he does. He goes clutched up more times than I could count on both hands. And NRG have to be wondering, what else do we have to do? EU with an early Hunter's Fury does get 1 tag, not going to get the full elimination. Shanks trying to get away. Asuna, showstopper for damage, but no kills. So a lot of early engagement when we stay 5v5.
Still plenty of time to work with here as well. 100 Thieves have had the wall broken, so 2 players currently looking over towards Hookah. It's going to be a recon tag as well. And Shanks gets Asuna. Traded though, massive from Asuna. Asuna wasn't supposed to be able to get a trade there. That was meant to be a 1-for-0, but the 1-for-1 is so good for 100 Thieves as Ethan also TPs over. Might be an over TP. No, he is going to be here in time because NRG are committing to B.
Daps good for 1. Nitro trying to hold his ground will fall. Ethan is going to be the next one up. He's trying to get behind this play quickly, and he is already in here in Hookah, but he will reveal his position by trying to fire through the dark cover. Help is, though, on the way. It's Steel that will be here. 2v3 retake required. Bit of information off of the jump peak. Will there be any actual challenges to this play over by Hookah, though, is the real question. Steel just doing his work on the container. Has not found much, if any, damage whatsoever. Ethan now down and in. Not going to find the first kill into EU, and Sam picks up the rest. 12-7, NRG on map point.
And here we go. This is what NRG have needed. Get themselves over to a map point cleanly without too much ground to work with 100 Thieves to get towards an OT. Look, if 100 Thieves can get to another OT, it would be legendary. They would have to get 5 rounds in a row, including this round where they don't have anything to work with. They will have to force buy into as much as they can. You can just see there's just not enough equipment to go around. The money is incredibly minimal. People don't have ultimates as well. They have a narrow threat from Steel. It's not going to be enough at all. Looking over towards the NRG side, yeah, they don't really have ultimates either, but the showstopper will be more than enough. Double Bucky, you better hope that's enough for 100 Thieves. They have to set up for very close angles. They've doubled up in Hookah again, hoping NRG walk up close.
NRG taking their time, though, on this, as you would normally figure. Shanks, again, using a lot of his utility to clear out Hookah, of which he actually does find significant amount of damage on the Nitro, who, of course, will use the healing orb to get up. Asuna up close, though. Does Shanks expect maybe a second player nearby? The blast pack comes out, will push that player back, but there will be no contest, and we go to a minute 10 with a 5v5.
Drone is going to see EU. Does just expire in time as well, so EU doesn't need to fire too many shots. But they've confirmed that someone's here. I think that's actually pretty important for NRG. NRG look like they want to lean towards A, so just revealing that they still have members towards B, even a recon coming through, just keeps 100 Thieves interested. You see the 3 members of 100 Thieves still just holding on to B. NRG have now got a little bit of a window to play with to try and make something happen on A. They would have to push through soon. They got to get past all the steals, traps, and all of that. And they reveal that now, and this is where they go for the hit.
Blind showstopper connects onto Steel. It was just trying to be used to clear off the quad box, and Ethan in the cheeky corner could not find anything with it. NRG 5v2 now as EU finds the kill. They want to go to a set. 2 kills away from doing it. It all rests
onto both Nitro and Hiko. And you've got a Judge in the hands of Nitro. And what looked to be an AR or a Guardian. No, it's a Bucky. I'm just kidding. It's just a weird skin. Makes his way forward. Does he see one? A lot of damage. Finds the kill. That should be a weapon collected. Clears the tight corner. Nitro will be the one with the weapon in hand. Daps, though, finds the immediate kill. It would have to be a 1v4. No chance. We'll see you on a set. 13-7 for NRG, and this one has the legs to go to all three.
It's looking like a banger of a series. In fact, I mean, that's an understatement. It's looking like a banger of a series after the first map. Haven